Words of inspiration or tell me how to race that race better with no bias, whether I was racing him or his teammates. He's always been a straight shooter with me and one of my really good friends and mentor. And he won that race for me. He told me the key. And it's the simplest thing, but when you simplify it and it comes from someone like that that can handle pressure, something clicked for me finally. And I think I got over that pole. I was trying to get over that one hump that kept snagging me, and I think that was the race that did it for me. It took all the pressure off that race, all the stigma that came with that grand champion.
Well, you are the grand champion. No one can take that away from you now, Stelly. Someone's going to have to try to do that, but they don't get another opportunity until April 25th. I know that Casey and I had talked before the race that we kind of felt like in the endurance races you were expending a little bit of maybe too much energy, kind of with some of the wide track, different things. And I really noticed, Casey, he didn't do that in the Grand Championship race.
No, he sat in his position. I mean, Justin, you've been my pick all night. And I didn't pick you for this one because Cheeks was so dominant. But you were my dark horse. You were my wild card that was like, okay, you never know what this kid's going to do. Because you were wasting a lot of energy in some of your previous races. And this one, you're right. You stayed in the right, things happened for you the way you wanted them to happen, not the way the race usually just cracks out.
One thing as far as technique that I changed in this race, how wide this course is, it seems to take a toll on me and it opens up so many passing lanes. I know the rules of skating. That's why I said it wasn't my prettiest. But in my head, I said, I'm going to skate this one narrow track. Not blocking, not defending. It's one narrow track every straightaway. If they want to pass me, they just got to either swing outside of me and skate harder, or skate harder on the inside.
We saw with 2 to go, you came in tight, and that's when Cheeks got passed. And it was a late pass. But that gave you the gap that, I mean, that's what happens when you're not in the lead. You know, you're going to get passed, and that's
That's what kept happening.
Yeah, that's what's happening to you in the other races.
It's like I haven't been up on the podium for a little while. And it's in our sport, doesn't matter who you are, what your name is. If you're not up there on the top of the podium, the young kids coming up, you don't get that respect lane. You don't just get to stay in your spot. They're going to throw it on you because they're the little young bucks coming up, and they want to. I threw a pass.
I'd take your spot.
And and that's why I kept working in those other races to try and establish my place.
Right.
Because if you let them do that to you, then
well, you don't want to put your guard down, because once you start going backwards, there's no stopping.
And it's a lot of head games, and you got to put in someone's head, like, I don't care how many times you pass me, I'm gonna get back in front of you. So
right,
either waste your energy or sit behind me.
Can't win from the back.
Right, and you did that. Well, Justin, I'm super proud of you being a good friend of mine. It is very, very rewarding for me to be witness to something that you just did. You skated a very good technical race. You had a race plan going in. Like you said, you didn't care what it looked like, you were going to win. You stuck to that plan, and it was really, really good to see a good plan to come to fruition. Thank you so much for joining us after a great event overall, but certainly the best race of the night. You saved the best for last, and you are our grand champion. Any final words for the folks at home?
I just want to say hi to my family. I'm sure y'all are watching back home in Louisiana. And I want to thank my sponsor, Bont and Rudy Project, for all they do for me. And Debbie Rice, my manager. And I'm going to get my award. Thank you guys for interviewing me.
Buddy.
And it's a good night. I'm super happy.
Well, congratulations, Justin.
Good job, buddy.
You definitely earned it, Casey.
Yeah, you know, you look at all the guys, and you can do interviews with the winners. Wow, this guy was pumped up. I mean, that's his gold medal.
True passion.
Can't take that away from him.
True passion. Well, folks, that's all we have for you here at the NSC. But before we leave, we want to make sure we thank all of our sponsors. Big thanks, special thanks to Cato Motors for making all this possible for us. Emerald Cove Catering, you guys have been excellent hosting this event. World Record Wheels, Kurt LeBate again is in the house, and all the supporters of World Record Wheels. Bones Bearings, can't forget about Nimbleware, Ron Dillo, if you're watching. We thank you so much for providing us the uniforms for our guys. Also want to thank Blue Mountain Cider, and we cannot forget about Trapper Sushi and the Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn making it happen. Make sure if you guys want to stay here for the NSC, you check it out, Holiday Inn. Well, we're signing off. I'm Thomas Ford, Casey Boudier. The next time you see us, we'll be in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
See you guys.
Peace out.